action back underway here at Club Mount Lewis in the 25-26 Champion of Club Champions pairs. It's N6 underway. Players are back out on the green. They are no trial ends for the resumption of play as per the laws of the sport. Charlestown to get us underway with the first bowl. Water fortunately has seeped into the green, still very wet underfoot, but puddles have gone. Two of our greens here at Mount Lewis will be resuming right now. The other one, they have just a slight longer delay. We resume with the score 6 shots apiece. We've got another 13 ends to play in this game. With Louise, Cronan and Moran. Taren Point taking on the Leannes, Leanne Kerby and Leanne Farmer of Charlestown. It's still round 2. Champion of Champions, we're still trying to get round 3 in today as well. Knockout rounds scheduled to start tomorrow morning. We are looking at plenty of options of what to do should we not be able to get back underway tomorrow or Thursday. Plenty of weather around is probably the best way to describe it. So Leanne Farmer just under the line, required a little bit more weight as well. Do feel that player who rolled the jack got a little bit of an advantage here to gauge the speed. They've been off for quite some time. No chance to readjust. They've just got to get straight back into it. Pretty good effort from Moran though. It's just passed. I think the jack high bowl may still be shot. And Farmer, a little bit of an adjustment. Well, she's up and over that one. No change. Okay, Maria going to change her angle. Swap to the other hand. Got her own bowl coming in on that her backhand side. Can also just get a toucher towards her own bowl on that hand. Needs to run it out though. Just going to pull up a little on the short side.
Okay, bowlers, green three's ready to go. So everyone down on green 3 can go and recommence their games. Thank you very much.
Might have heard the announcement in the background there that Green 3 will also be underway in just a moment here at Club Mount Lewis. So Leanne Kerby looking just to draw around Leanne Farmer's bowl. Played it very well. I think she might have even got a little touch on that. Okay, Moran says she liked that weight, just was a little bit on the wide side. So Leanne trying to play pretty much the same bowl again. Just added a little bit of weight on that. Well, tighter line this line from Louise. Wants her own bowl or that shot bowl behind. Sat that one in good home. I think it's still 1 to Charlestown, although K indicates to Louise it's a measure. So Leanne Farmer just trying the same shot they did previously. A backhand side for the right-hander. Just around or up and over their own bowl on the path in. It's enough of that, she'll count. Well, that one is the shot. Just try and play through that bowl. Get a touch or just sit the shot bowl through. Just looking to arrive. That line wants to just get around the short one, get the jack, but a little wiggle. Close for shot there now. So Charlestown, they'll try to play up to their own, just turn it over, one roll. Well, that one will be shot, dropped in, and Kay will now play very similar to a previous bowl. Look for the inside of that, try and roll the jack back to their own. Louise is wishing that one in. Oh, she's got it centre, falling straight onto the jack. One shot to Taren point. Well, Cronan drew a shot there. So, Leanne Kerby looking to drop a little bit of weight from her previous one. Played it pretty well. Just going to drop in behind. Still 1 to Taren point as they cross over for the skippers to play. Charlestown holding there. Those bowls past the jack. Oh, he's just trying to sit it. She's got the second shot back. Does feel vastly improved with the weather right now. Still rather damp underfoot. And just a fraction through there. Louise should be on to Kay's bowl. Gets a little disturbance there. Very close for shot. It's set up for Taren Point here to play a reaching shot with their next bowl. So can Charlestown play the cover? A little disturbance may be good. It's got that one flush, so it is 1 to Taren Point at this point. Okay, Moran will now draw down on this side of the green. Just try and get another one into this catching area. She may also elect to try and just cover the back. That bowl is against her. Okay, he is coming down on that backhand side. Just hasn't quite gone wide enough. A bowl rolls into quite a reasonable position. Josh Berry will join us again for a while. So, ladies and gents, yes, our vision has frozen. I've just done a complete restart of all the cameras. I'm just waiting for those cameras to reboot. Well, I do have one camera back. There we go. I have the other one back as well. Apologies there. I don't know what happened. I imagine it has something to do with the weather, but I'm guessing. So we have 3 of our 4 cameras back. And there's the 4th one back in.
Might have sensed that I was in commentary. I don't know, maybe.
Don't know. I know I'm pointing one through the back of the camera container at the moment. But I do apologise there, completely beyond my control. Josh would have tested a little moment of panic in my eyes as the system stopped communicating. Bit of something very technical. Walked around to the back of the system and pulled all the plugs out. And therefore, by doing a hard reboot of the cameras. In the meantime, though, it's a couple of good bowls from the leads. I'll just get that camera in a bit closer so we can see that a bit better. There's Moran. There's her bowl coming down very close. I think that's close to being 3 shots for Taren Point as that head stands. Leanne Farmer, though, solid in. She's going to get the outside of Louise Cronan's bowl. It's cut one out, but it's popped Louise's bowl in behind the jack. Cut it back to 2. Kay will continue down similar bowl to a previous.
Yeah, in an ideal world, I guess you wouldn't pop it right next to it and fatten the target, but it's not that easy sometimes to do exactly what you want it to do. So
no. Well, you should be pretty happy where this is going to end up in behind. You've got a risk of fattening the target whichever hand you go here.
Yeah, I think for Charlestown, they just need to be on their forehand here. Right-handers going down. It's open track to the jack there, so
you can just see that in.
Forehand up under that Charlestown short bowl as you see it there. That's the plan anyway.
Got 2 bowls to rest on that hand as well. If you're a fraction tight and sit Kay Moran's shorter bowl, it's going to be advantageous. So you can afford to slightly overplay it. Giving it a chance. It's got the Charlestown bowl.
Got the short bowl and just ran on through the gap there. No jack movement. So the jack's still in between that bowl of Kay's and Louise's to Taren Point as it lies.
And Kay was getting Louise to play the other hand and try and draw to the closest Charlestown bowl. Just turn it over, would have brought another bowl in. And what do we say about the rain stopping? It's just sprinkling again now. I think that's going to be the tail of the day, though. I don't think we're in for much dry weather at all. It's just as if we can manage to keep.
So we see a good shot here, just sneaking by. Still looks to be from our angle to Taren Point.
Same idea for Louise. Almost the exact same bowl as just played by Leanne. Louise just got a little bit of pace on this.
Have you had any news through, Andrew? Did the other venues have to stop at all? Most of them, I think I saw some results from Guildford and Marylands from finished games, but I don't know if the other clubs had to come off or not.
Yeah, look, Marylands, the artificial green was fairly wet. Play was off there, but the other green, they had all games on. So I think they might have got as many games on there as they possibly could. Cabrevale did have a little stop. I haven't heard from Saints or Cabramatta. I know one green at Cabramatta would have kept going.
Carpet?
Yes.
Yeah, I was speaking to their head greenkeeper / bowls coordinator there, Ben Morthorpe, and he said they were pulling the top green off. Would have been around 11 o'clock, I think, so I don't know, they might be back out there now, but of course those other clubs all have greens on, or lights on all the greens. We've only got lights on one green here, so I'm not sure what our plan is, but we could always do a bit of a staggered start down the bottom if we've get through halfway through our round 3 games possibly, and then maybe look to float them down to the bottom green with the lights. But
we will have very little delay between the finish of this game and the start of the next round, though. Players already had a lunch break. So with no meal break, it's basically as soon as your rink's available, jump out there and start. Try and push them through as quickly as we can.
Alright, so Kay's just on a forehand here. Not much other than a draw on. He's looking into hers. Probably made it a bit fatter. It might be 3, but it might make it visually look better for Leanne at the other end.
I think that sort of invites that backhand for the right-hander shot, follow Kay down. But she can get a nice little piece of that jack. She's got 2 of her partner's bowls just sitting in behind there. A little trail of a foot or so could poke that through and make 3.
She's on a good line. She just overplayed it maybe for that
Yeah,
line.
just a fraction quick. She's got best back now, or got the middle of the 2 backs. Louise Cronan's got a bowl right at the back. So maybe with that weight, just a tighter line might be an option. You do play that weight and get the inside of Kay Moran's bowl that's just about jack high. You might even get enough of the jack to spit it sideways towards your own bowls. Okay, still playing that forehand side. Oh, yeah, her forehand. I'll admit to being confused by left-handers.
She's played a pretty good... Is she
Well,
up?
yeah, whether or not she counts is another thing. Oh, well, doesn't matter, there's no bullets left.
So it is 2 measuring for 3 or 4, is it?
Measuring for the 3rd one anyway. Front one may also come into it. The side certainly is the first one going to be looked at. It's not in. Don't think the front one is, but have a look anyway. 2 Taren point.
2 it is, so a 9-6 lead to Taren point.
We played 2 ends since the resumption.
9-8 it is. 9-8 to Taren point after 8 ends.
Oh, I've missed it too. There we go.
Alright, so Louise continuing this tactic that they had prior to the rain delay, where they're going to stretch it out and go more or less tee to tee. A pretty good starter there from Louise, just finishing past, well and truly in the game. And you can still hear the sound of the water under the bowl as they let them go out of their hand. So it's still very wet out there, although the rain has eased off. It's still quite slow and certainly a bit of a shove.
And if we do get much more rain, it'll pull up again fairly quickly. That's a great bowl from Leanne, though. So Louise, backhand. And Kay's leaning back, encouraging it. Always look at the skip. If they're leaning back, trying to pull the bowl towards them, you know it's probably not quite the weight you wanted. Although, not much off, if that one from Louise.
Yeah, if anything, it does fatten the target though, so you can afford to be up now. So both teams can afford to give it a chance here, as we see Leanne on a forehand. Well-weighted bowl once again.
A pretty good home, that. Because you imagine that Kay will be following Louise down, hoping to draw, or if slightly heavy, just get a sit off Louise's bowl. She does get the sit and trail that jack. It's now going back to that Leanne Kerby bowl.
As you can see on that adjacent ring, looks like there might have been a bowl slip out of someone's hand halfway down the green, but
yeah, I don't think even I put them down that short normally.
I don't think anyone intends to, but
Could be good blocker.
yeah, jack moving out to a boundary peg, that could be in play for this ring. So we see Kay on a forehand on a tight line.
I'd say it's certainly long enough that bowl's still to be in play, because the minimum distance to travel is 14 metres.
Yeah, looking where the mat is, it wouldn't be far off that, to be fair.
I don't think I've ever seen a bowl measured whether it's made at the minimum distance. I've seen plenty picked up and removed because they've pounded them into the turf and they've only gone 10 metres or so.
I have seen it at St John's once before. I think it slipped out of someone's grasp, but yeah, probably the same idea as here. Is certainly not intentional, and then obviously, yeah, if it's close to that 14 metre mark, you got to chuck a tape on it. But
I have seen someone practising drawing to about the 15 metre mark, and what they were doing was practising to play a blocker for a longer end.
it's okay. Once again, on a forehand out on a slightly higher line. What's the weight like?
She likes it. Going to be close to the jack.
It's a good shot here. Where's that jack going?
Straight to Leanne Kerby, and straight to the bowl. We said was right there for the trail. Great effort though. They've got at least 1 second.
So I think here for Charlestown, they just have to look at getting another bowl in the vicinity. As we see it on screen now, if they can beat that wing bowl of Kay Moran's, would be another third. If she's got third already with a short bowl, but and as I've called it, it's pretty much in that area as another third shot. So it's looking like obviously one to Charlestown, maybe the back bowl of Kay's in as the second shot.
Yeah, I think so. Very good bowl from Leanne Farmer to get another one in that head, though. I think Louise, she'll just be slightly overplaying the draw, trying to arrive. Get a little movement of jack across to the right of screen is good. It's just holding on that line with the speed.
Probably a good weight for the shot. I mean, if she gives it a chance and draws a toucher, could potentially get shot or even two shots.
Certainly got to give it a fair push to get it up to that jack. Good line from Leanne. Just, I don't think she quite got that one away as well as she'd like.
On a much tighter line here, Louise. What's the weight like?
Well, it's going to get a decent result out of that, pushing that bowl up. Probably would have liked it to go another half a metre.
Still could be first, third and fourth here to Charlestown. I thought there might have been an opportunity for her to switch hands here and get down to Kay's bowl rather than leave something out here to land off, but it's forehand. And that one isn't going to trouble the scorers for now.
Josh is thinking that a shot for Charlestown may be to drift in here. Just get one roll out of that bowl. Land there and have
Yeah, the method to my madness is that if she's on a forehand there and lands it between your 1 and 2, or one of your two numbers there, and between 1 and 2, and really fattens it up, then it suddenly makes the shot look easier for Kay. So
You really don't want to land on the left-hand side of the jack and make it more appealing for Kay Moran.
So backhand it is. Track's good enough to get back, probably with draw weight. Is she up? She's pretty close.
No, it just hasn't quite sent it.
It's a great effort.
But it is probably second shot on that view.
And it's also taking any opportunity, as I said, of landing Kay's other bowl for a multiple. So be interesting to see what shot Leanne chooses from here, whether she calls as her lead was on a forehand, or whether she plays
I reckon I'd be trying to draw up inside that one. You cover that, just take away the trail, and plus you're not taking the risk of being narrow and just rolling K over.
It's looking like forehand though, so
Yeah.
probably the easiest hand to draw another shot on. It's just a matter of whether it makes Kay's shot look easier or not. Will she get back from here?
Can use her own ball. Well, I
Be
think
close,
now
but
that
as we've talked about,
does give Kay the opportunity to play solid down here, get both. That's exactly what Louise says. Go slightly quicker, you'll get them both. Backhand running. She can choose a weight, really, just enough to get some movement, but has gone quicker.
all right, and we are close. Is it going to hold on around her own? Oh, it's got the short Charlestown bowl, and it hasn't troubled
Straight through
anything
the
after
hole.
it. So indicated there that they've got one, so their plan will be to beat her own bowl out here on the wing, and if she does so, we'll get her two.
You can draw to your own and flop in.
Right, she's on a half-decent track again here. Not a bad effort. What's her weight like? Oh dear. Might have just given a shot away there. And
Yep.
did. Quite unlucky.
Got her own bowl, it was brilliant. But just got the wrong one. So we're going long again, but not anywhere near as long. Matt back, checks. Well, a bit good, 5 metres off the maximum distance here now. They might have decided they don't have enough advantage on that long length. But a good start from Louise Cronan. So we just have a little sprinkle coming over. Just enough to be a, well, as I said that, it's just misting.
Just going to be like this all afternoon, I think. Just hopefully it doesn't come down too heavy so that there's surface water. We can play through any form of rain, really, as long as there's minimal surface water. So
It's probably just enough to get you miserably wet and soaked by the end of the game.
all right, pretty good reply here from Kerby. Just pulling up short, might still be 1 or 2 down, but a bowl in the area, you can always work with that. So Still wide open for anyone to jump on this. So halfway through our round 2 fixtures, more or less, over most of the rinks. Which means probably another hour and a half maybe left. Kay on her forehand on the draw. Pretty good opener here.
On a normal quicker green, you'd think you'd get through around 6 ends in an hour of pairs.
That's of course minimising the amount of dead ends as well, so get a few dead ends, it might drag on a bit longer as well. But
so some of the games may be over in an hour or so. Others may take up to say 90 minutes, a bit more. So hopefully we'll be getting our afternoon rounds on by around 2:30. Hopefully. Well, we may run out of light on some of the games and have to transfer them down. We'll stick on our live stream as long as we can.
Two good bowls from Kay there. She's could be holding 3 or 4 here, Taren point. Halfway through this 10th end. Leanne, is she going to hold? She's got enough weight to hold to this bowl or jack? She might.
Yep. Got it just on the right angle to flop down in front of the jack. Watch that one again.
Yeah, that's a crucial bowl in the context of this end. If she had to give it a chance, if she was missing, she had to be behind so that she had something to play to. And as a result, perfect line, perfect weight, and perfect result.
Now, Louise Cronan can play through that bowl. You're looking to either chip it off or just get enough of it to...
She's looking close here.
Move the jack to your own.
And that's a good
Chip
shot.
it through, yep. Now it's just a draw for Charlestown. I do feel in these conditions it's easier just to arrive than it is to dead draw.
Problem with just arriving here is there are a few gaps.
Well, your little slice there, and I think that's brought, and in Kay's words, a good number. Oh, no, a good number for me is holding one shot. No, they could be holding 4 there at the moment.
Louise coming down a fraction hot, but
Not too bad at home, though.
I think here for Charlestown, if they very deceptive, but if you can beat that wing bowl of K's here, you could be getting sort of second or third shot.
The other thing is you can afford to play a slightly tight line and arrive. Can't be
Slightly
wide.
overplayed on the draw.
So for Charlestown, there's a nice shot down into this area here. If you're ever so slightly tight, you get the inside of that bowl to straighten up. If you're a bit tight, you roll it. But ideally, you're just coming in, you've got those to sit on, or you've got the jack to trail back to your own.
I reckon you just draw to the jack, Andrew.
Mate, you're not a lower grade raker like I am. But if you're not feeling confident with the draw, at least you've got that option where you know that if you arrive, you've got a chance to score.
Chances of something happening, yeah.
So yes, you're playing to draw.
I think for Kay here, though, if she can draw that toucher first, it almost
yes.
secures the end.
And she'd love to flop it off her own. Yep. Made it pretty good. So I don't think that one actually counts.
So the closest Charlestown bowl here is probably either the Charlestown colours to the sort of 4 o'clock as we look at it on the screen there, or there's one bowl just short of Louise's there at about 11 o'clock. So So out of them two, which one's the closest? But it's at least 3 or 4 here to Taren Point as it lies.
So Leanne, nice draw shot here. Knowing that she can afford the luxury of being fractionally tight and fractionally heavy. You just want to err on that side. She's very tight. That's probably the danger in playing that with that in your head. Kay, though, she'd love to draw this toucher just back to her own bowls. Might even bring another one in by getting a toucher.
She's got Louise's at the back of the ring, so she doesn't have to worry about dropping a number at the back. So it's draw away. And she looks to have played it okay. Is it going to get up?
Don't think it's in the count, but it might just change the way that Leanne looks at this. She might now say, well, I'm going to play through that gate with that reaching weight.
Nearly back yourself to rake here. You can get through your own if you pull it tight like you suggested earlier, or get the jack, or get through Kay's last one, but I think the call is just to draw it.
No, she's definitely reaching.
Oh, she certainly is, and she is close.
Oh, that's probably a bit quicker than I wanted to play it. My idea was that if you got that thud, you'd actually run in and get a counter.
So it's 3. It's going to definitely be 4. And we might measure from here on in. Measuring for 5 or 6. Big end in the context of this game, of course, 18 ends.
And anyone who's listened to me call a game knows I constantly say big numbers hurt. You frequently see a team that hasn't won the number of ends win the game. Might be 8 ends to 10 or 7 to 11 even. But a couple of big counts make all the difference.
And it is a 6, so a big count for Taren Point there as they extend their lead. They're now out to a 16, or 16 is it? Yeah, 16 to 8 lead.
8 shots up, 8 ends to go.
Yeah, Tyson and I were in a battle yesterday, and we had the opportunity to set a bowl out for 7, and Tyson did so. And then he proceeded to drop his next bowl, drawing for 8, about 9, well, maybe not 9 metres, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but certainly 3 or 4 metres short. So if you're listening, Ben Twist, that's a fine for Tyson Wilson.
I'm just giving you some pegs here, mate. You're hanging him out to dry.
Yeah, it's great to see. We played a couple of gentlemen from North Ryde RSL, Laurie and Peter. And they would have had the most spectators out of everyone here yesterday, I reckon. They would have had at least a dozen sitting up there cheering on. So even on the other side of it yesterday, I was impressed. I liked it. It was good atmosphere.
But you just dashed their hopes.
We got lucky on a couple of ends, as you do sometimes, and got to take advantage of that, I guess, when you got the opportunity. But
took the opportunity and just got a couple of big scores made the difference. Louise's first bowl was a little bit through, just corrected nicely. I always think it's easier to correct back than forwards. So I really don't mind a lead, especially on these greens. Making sure they're through the jack with their first bowl.
Well, yeah, the perfect lead bowls, as everyone knows, would be 1-on-1 behind. So what Louise has done here is pretty much that.
Put the roof on first. That's okay.
And
the Albatross said to me after our finals on the weekend, one of our leads in one of the other grades, he said, I've got a solution where you can play better. He said, play your second bowl first. because his Black put his first bowl consistently short, I'm told, but the second one was really good. So they said you should just play your second bowl first and you'll be right. Not sure how that works, but I'll get the pegs there. I'm hanging somebody out to dry as well.
Alright, so yeah, not sure if this is intentional or not, but Louise has rolled the jack a bit shorter on this particular end. Well, the last two ends, really.
Yeah,
They got their number on a length like this.
They were going closer to the tee. The last end was about 5 metres short of the tee, so might have just felt that the long end wasn't quite working for them as much as they'd hoped.
Slightly over here from Leanne. Nestling in for possibly second or third shot. Okay, obviously a well-renowned bowler on the international scene, really. Won many state titles and international titles for Scotland, etc. So, formidable opponent here for Charlestown.
Dual international, isn't she? Okay.
Could be.
I think she's had a game for Australia as well. She's Aussie K now, even if she still sounds a little broad. I do know I made a day one day when we were working at Fig Tree.
That's a great shot from Leanne.
Great bowl. Sensational. Did make a day. I found for sale at one of the little shops I call in at occasionally some iron brew. So I turned up to Fig Tree with a couple of cans of iron brew. She was pretty happy about that one.
Okay.
And Louise, I think she'll follow down Leanne, same side of the green. Probably the trail's not really on. You just want to try and draw that shot. Same for Charlestown, though. They can afford to play that same side and arrive, even if they do get a touch across that right-hand side. That both Leanne and Kerby's bowls sitting out there, the blue ones. So movement of the jack's not bad from on this right-hander's forehand side. Leanne can draw to her own bowls.
Yeah, although a toucher for 3 or 4 is a great result here, it would open it up for Taren point too.
I wouldn't be trying to do it, but I wouldn't be afraid. That's the... I'll probably think more, what if I muck up my grass and my weight here more than you do?
Try and be better, I guess.
Yeah, look. Don't forget, a couple of years ago too, I've been skipping the fours for a couple of years. It's where you do constantly think now, if he's 2 feet narrow and 2 feet heavy, what happens?
So she's on a good line here. Will she hold? If she can get to her own jack high bowl, will be right in the game.
It's inside K's bowl though. It's just a little short. Not a lot on here for K, but the straight out draw. You do play an attacking bowl and it spits out to the right. Could spell a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, and I guess if she did well and truly overplay it, she can pop Charlestown onto Louise as well. So it'll just be a backhand draw, I'd imagine, here for K. She can afford to be full. Give it a couple of feet chance, I guess, because she's got one to come.
And plaudits to you, Josh, remembering left-hander, backhand.
Yeah, it's... I played Warilla Forest side with Jamie Smith, also a left-handed, and I got it, stuffed it up a few times, so...
Well, she's actually playing the other side of the
Playing
green.
the other side, so there must be a bit of room there between Jack and Bowl. She is close.
Well, it's a fantastic home. A lot of protection there now. She may have also just deliberately done that to stop Leanne from having that opportunity with the last bowl.
Potentially, yeah. Yep.
That's the beauty of having last bowl, is you can move the jack out to an open position and the opponent can't do anything about it. It's very tight.
Well, it'd be interesting to see whether Kay swaps it back. Yeah, so the call from Louise is that she played a good one there. She can just beat her own. She'll go very close to getting the shot here, so... So forehand draw, looking to beat her own. Doesn't overly like it. She's pushed it out a fraction high. But one down at this stage for Taren Point isn't a disaster, so for Charlestown's sake, I'd love to be able to kick this free kick and get a multiple.
Well, the ideal for Taren Point now is drop no more than a 1 but try to score.
Yeah, and I don't think there's much on here for Charlestown other than just a draw.
She's got the backhand draw, just trying to get inside Kay's bowl. Not too badly pointed. Needs to sit and flop. Got the inside of it and rolled away. Don't think it'll beat Louise Cronan's bowl on the line. Doesn't. One shot to Charlestown. Yeah, interesting. What length will they choose?
Well, I think you pick one. The mat's either up or back. Be going shorter or longer.
Well, I've got a feeling I'd just try to go a bit longer because that's what Taren Point were doing, and then decided they wouldn't because Charlestown girls seemed to just have the measure. They were doing okay on a longer length.
Yeah, well, as it turns out, it's a pretty similar length. The mat's up a bit more, but the jack's probably back another metre or two, so it's not too dissimilar to what we've been playing, but we'll just see who jumps on it first, I guess.
Well, that different mat position, that could make all the difference. Opening bowl, great line. Yeah, just under a metre short. It's an odd sort of temperature day as well. It's just a little cool.
Yeah, it's in between, sort of. It's probably good vest weather, isn't it?
Sort of a little bit cold with the jumper off, but warm with it on.
Alright, so Leanne trying to add that 2 feet. Hasn't quite done so. Be disappointed with that effort. Louise looks to have slightly overplayed it yet again. Slight correction, but well and truly in the game. The way these two girls play, they can always attack. And
yeah, that's a bit under 2 metres through. About 1 3/4 metres. Just not quite the distance from the tee to the ditch. It would be second shot, I think, though, Louise's last bowl.
yeah, I think I'd be surprised if we didn't see plenty more bowls in between that and the jack. So I wouldn't be worried about it at this stage.
Well, that's going to be shot. Just.
So yeah, the call here for Taren Point is to try and draw it between it. Just navigate that last one around it. You can still get shot.
That sort of head now, though, that a couple of short bowls in the path.
The tracks are okay. She find that hole we're talking about? Yes, she has.
Very well played. Do you find it amazing? People try and draw around a bowl, and inevitably, I reckon it's about 90% of the time, you draw around it all right, but you add about 10 feet away.
Yeah. All right, it worked the first time, so Louise stuck her foot there again, giving Kay an indication of what will count.
Sometimes I think you just pretend it's not there and draw and hope that you miss it. And if you miss it, you draw a shot.
All right, she's on a tighter line. She never gave that blue bowl. Just got to reach the blue bowl first.
Just
So
going to drift. Don't know if it counts. Don't think so.
still sitting there for whoever can jump in first. If Charlestown can give it a chance and sit on Kay's bowl, they could shut the end down, and likewise if Taren Point can draw that toucher first, might be another case of whoever's in first can win the end here.
Well, it's certainly the pattern pre-rain break.
Alright, so we're on our backhand. Once again, just need to navigate that blue bowl.
Well, it's given it a fair result. They've got a decent second and a better position out of it.
Yeah, it could be second and third with the two blue bowls. That was, of course, prior to this bowl.
Sits inside. Good position.
Alright, so a full draw here. Can it get down under her own?
Not quite.
Not quite, it is 2 seconds for Charlestown. What's Kay going to call here?
I'm trying to get the gap there.
Yeah, I think the plan is even if she did roll the blue, she'd back herself to get the shot back if she got unlucky and gave shot away. So here we go.
Get the inside of that one, it's going to roll in.
Just got to hurry.
That's
And
through
has
the hole,
done so.
and fantastic ball.
It's a great shot from Louise. It's changed the angles up too, so if any contact on that front short bowl now, might just pop Louise's through with, and leave Kay's in there. So.
Well, prior to that, there was a chance for Charlestown to play down here onto that bowl, which would push Kay out. Now, as you said, that one's going to block it. I think that one will just jam in.
Very good with this Mr. Squiggle idea here, Andrew.
I like it. I like my toy. Been asked if I could make straighter lines. No. It's a primitive telestrator.
Alright, so big bowl here. Needs contact preferably with this bowl. And she's close to her own. Needs to hurry a little. So in doing so, has made it very tough probably to get shot on her backhand now. So just wondering, Kay probably doesn't really want to change the angles up here, but
Looks like she's going to try and play the same bowl as Louise, get the inside of that blue Charlestown one. Just wondered whether she would have been tempted to come down and just try and get into this area, just to have a bit more protection, just make it even harder for Charlestown to play. Got two, got a good lead, and don't give them an opportunity. But she's going to play it. She's got a chance to make a three.
I'm not going to back against her.
Shot's certainly there. I just wouldn't want to make it easier for Charlestown by fattening the target or changing the angles. As it is, she's come to a good home.
Alright, are we going to see a change of hand here? No, we're not, so just trying to navigate a way of getting shot on the backhand, maybe a little bit more weight.
Well, there is a chance that your own bowl will roll up to the jack if you get it right.
Well, she's close to something. What's going to happen here?
Just going to pump Louise onto the jack.
So it is 2 measure for 3. As I suggested, I thought it might have been a bit hard to get the shot on that hand, so
Well,
might
she's
have
going to
missed an
change.
opportunity there, but
She's going to change over to that forehand, backhand side for the left-hander. If you get down to Louise's bowl, she can land on it, it might flop in and definitely be third and count herself.
the third one in contention is this one of Louise's, jack high here on the left. I think Kay's just floated that out a fraction high there, so it'll be 2 and a measure to Taren point. And we've been blessed with no rain for at least 10 minutes, Andrew, so that's something. And it is 3, so they will extend their lead out to 10 now. Of course, 2/3 of the way through this fixture.
And Louise is going to go Matt back again. And medium length.
Yeah, probably slightly longer than their previous ends one where they've rolled it. So
Yep, it is. I've got to move the camera back. It's actually right back near the tee.
Right, so crucial stage of this match. Charlestown would want to start winning ends and winning back-to-back ends even if they're going to give themselves an opportunity to progress through this section. Of course, both these teams having won their first round. So a very important game here in the context of the section.
Well, whoever loses this game is then relying on the team they beat in the first round beating their opponents now. So remembering that these two teams will play the team that was beaten by their opposition now. So Leanne and Leanne will play the team that Louise and Kay defeated in round 1, and vice versa. I don't think she liked that one. You just saw the head go down. Suddenly something on the shoe was very interesting. And that would be why.
She has a little giggle about it. She knows you can't play a good bowl every time, so we all have them in our game. It's just you've got to shrug it off and back it up. Get a bit closer with your next. So as we see, Leanne has taken advantage of this opportunity and has drawn a front toucher. Good shot.
I think she can just be grateful she's not like in the position of one of my pennant teammates, or side mates, who had the misfortune to have played a wrong bias during our pennant final in front of a large crowd of our spectators, including the Albatross.
I bet you no one gave it any grief for that either.
At the time, no. But back at the club afterwards with 5 sides in full voice, it was the boat came out and Mark Cooper, make your way up, make your donation. I'll just put those pegs in your shirt, mate. You hung out to dry as well.
So Kay has just overplayed this slightly, but should be happy with that first opening bowl of hers.
Yeah, good position. Jack will head towards there should it be hit. I think Leanne would be happy to be halfway in between that bowl and the jack. Oh, it's just pulled that one across. Is there a nice little slide? There is, but it's going to run all the way through It's not good beach weather. That one's just gone thud into the sand.
Alrighty, Kay just looking to make a slight correction. If she's in the same area, she'll be reasonably happy. She has slightly underplayed it, but close to another second, but that actually might have them thinking about getting Louise over onto her backhand come the changeover. But for now, Leanne's got to try and put another one in there. This might be their opportunity. If they can try and get 2 or 3 stacked in here and for their sake hope Taren Point miss out. 2 or 3 here is back to within 6 or 7 of the diff, and
so Louise can draw down on this hand. You're probably playing weight to about here. You come down and you get contact on that. Jack then goes a little wiggly path back to that bowl. And even if you're big weight, that Jack's probably spitting right back to the ditch there, and you're still going to be a shot.
yeah, my call here would be I don't mind if you do just lose it. I mean, if you've got just losing it sort of weight, you can get off your own back to the shot bowl and get a result. So the kind of weight that if you hit something, you might be hanging around. So it is backhand.
Yep, and it is that sort of weight. And
she's in the area. Will she hold up? Oh, she's got a little rub off the front. Certainly in the area. Great result for Taren Point.
Maybe not. Maybe a little bit of luck involved, but gave it a chance.
By playing that weight, there was certainly some good results there, and certainly in the area. So
another thing is you're not losing your own ball out of the head with that weight. If you hit the wider one or hit Kay's short one, where's that one? He's going to go. Perhaps a little more gentle with this approach.
Yeah, more or less back to the draw. If she could draw a toucher here, really sets the end up well for Taren Point. She can get a result off her own. She is close.
Just needs to get past those. That's very well played. Great backup there from Louise Cronan. Well, I think that's probably the hardest shot now for Charlestown.
Yeah, Kerby did suggest to Farmer that she liked the same shot, so that's the shot we've elected for. Just pinched it slightly tight, can get a result.
She's going to run a little too far through.
And what that has done is sort of roll their closest bowl out a fraction. It might even be 3 or 4 here to Taren Point. Big end once again in the context of the game, especially for Charlestown. Very minimal opportunities as well of getting the jack. You've sort of got to back cut the jack for Charlestown's sake to be able to get a multiple here. But as we watch a replay of Louise's shot, certainly in the area, that's weight that I sort of call for. We're just losing it, and she is hanging around. So that was a great weighted bowl from Louise.
Little feather for the straighten, but this is just putting the icing on the cake. That one, pure class.
All right, back to live now. So Kay looks to be on a forehand here.
We do have some of the round 1 games getting towards conclusion.
All right, so forehand, they are holding 3 or 4. She's on a tight line for the draw. Will she beat her own?
Probably good enough.
Could be Leanne here.
Leanne has swapped over to that backhand side for the right-hander.
So for now, I think we're just trying to... No, we're not trying to draw a shot. We're playing weight. Can get down to the jack.
There's a lot of hole there. Well, I think that's just moved their closest bowl further away. I think this is now 5 shots.
There's 5, and Louise has suggested here the best shot is to cover.
Well, she can count and cover as well.
And has looked to play it all right. If she can pass that first blue bowl we see.
And that one's in.
So it's slightly covered. So big bowl here in the context. Will she draw it or will she elect for jack movement towards the back of the rink?
Not as much weight.
So
But
don't
enough.
think he'll quite get back from there with that weight.
And that's a hammer blow.
It looks to be a second six of the game for Taren Point.
Yep. And that's really blown this score out.
I think you'll find, Andrew, consistency is key, and we're seeing here this afternoon that Taren Point probably just been that 3% better than Charlestown, getting to that jack and trying to close the end down, and in doing so have managed to have more bowls in the head, and as a result have picked up a couple of large multiples. So
Well, pre-rain bake, the game was very even as 6-all after 5, I think it was. And since then, it's been pretty much all Taren Point. But early on, Leanne Kerby was nailing it every second end. And now Louise Cronan, she's just grown in confidence. And they haven't, the Charlestown girls just haven't quite come out as firing as well following that rain break. They played a few narrow bowls, a few short ones. And couple of times a little bit of a loose end, and yeah, they're probably a bit unlucky that kicked their own bowl away from the jack a little.
no correction required here from Louise, and it doesn't look to bite. Yeah, it is a foot and a half short, but it sort of does shut down that hand slightly, so it's not a bad bowl.
Of course, the New South Wales state sides, the Bioscapes New South Wales state sides were announced today.
Did you make it, Andrew?
Not quite.
You and me both.
I don't know how they keep picking that fellow in front of me. You know, the one that wins games?
There's a few of them.
Yes.
It's a good shot from Kay. It's getting a roll out of Louise's and finishing in a good spot.
We have a test series against Queensland coming up. So the state sides, under 25s, over 40s, were recently named.
Kay would have featured in that.
I'm pretty sure she did. Of course, there are a few names missing out of the Blues.
Must be representing Australia.
Yes, so we're missing Tees, Wedlock, and Wilson, just because they're going to be in Glasgow.
As we see a good shot here from Leanne. Can she get up to the shot bowl?
Well, it's second. Very well played.
Right, and I think we see Kay telling Louise here it's time for us to beat them to it. Once again, an opportunity really to shut this head down and promote through Louise's shorter bowl, and she can play a yard through that. will make Charlestown's job quite difficult.
So Moran will be skipping a team in the Blues. For the Bioscape New South Wales Blues. She'll have Jodie Froon to Port City, Louise Cronan at Taren Point as a second, and Jessica Tell playing third.
Not a bad rank.
Erin Swatridge, Genevieve Delves, Ann Johns and Natasha Van Eldick. And the third team, Sarah Boddington, Kate Walker, Sam Nerona and Brianna Smith.
A few mugs there.
The
Just not quite seeing what's happening here, but I can tell you that just run into Kay's bowl there. So as it lies, Charlestown probably have 2 seconds, but it'll be the same shot here for Louise. A similar line. Just didn't really make that correction on the line from a third bowl.
So under 18 teams to play the Tri-Series against Queensland and Victoria are also being named. Along with the other squads. And there, check out the Bowls New South Wales website, you'll find all those there. That's bowlsnsw.com.au.
Alright, I think it's much of the same here for Kay. Should be on the forehand trying to get Louise up and over the jack. And for Charlestown, best opportunity is probably to try and sit the shot bowl for 3. But that may all change if Kay can beat them to it here. Well, she's on a wider line than Louise was. Much closer to Louise's bowl. Needs a yard through it. Here we go. Just slightly underplayed it. Now for Charlestown on their forehand, probably need to get one of their bowls through Louise's. That's going to make it quite tough, I think, moving into Farmer's final bowl of the end. So this will be their 4th crack at this shot, trying to get Louise up and over the jack.
I do think there's a bit of danger there, though.
It probably is, but at the same token, up by 16, chance to really shut the end down. And she is close. He's interested. What contact are we going to get?
None.
None. She's changed angles up too, though, so it's quite dangerous here for Charlestown. If they can get onto Kay's last bowl, Charlestown's going out clean, probably for 3 or 4.
The other danger is if they do hit the Tiger bowl, the black, white, red, bang on the back, Louise's bowl rolls over onto the jack. If that jack goes back a metre on that angle, all Taren Point. Could be 5, maybe even more.
Yeah, unfortunately there's not a lot on here, so we've elected for the forehand draw. And it's well weighted.
Just not
It's a
going to
great
quite
effort,
come back.
It will be another shot to Taren Point, and they extend their lead now. 17-4, getting very tough for Charlestown here.
Just a reminder too, the TAB State Championships being played in Dubbo, 22nd of June to 8th of July, and that includes the Para State Championships, the All Abilities. They'll be on 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. Leads into the mixed pairs. And the state triples, pairs, singles, then fours. And we'll have a day or two break. And we'll stream some more bowls for you, just in case you haven't had enough. The Junior Inter-Region Sides Championship, also in Dubbo, will follow on. Then we'll lead into a test series against the Queensland Maroons. And I'm still going to have a dig about them using a kookaburra as their emblem, because the kookaburra is the bird emblem of New South Wales. So they've appropriated our emblem.
Bloody Queenslanders. Don't know about them.
I dare say there might be a few people in Mount Lewis Bowling Club tomorrow evening cursing the Maroons or cheering the Blues, whichever way you want to look at it.
Yeah, we'll have our big screen on with a few promotions running through at the club, so if you're in the area and want to have a couple of drinks, pop on down. As long as you're not wearing maroon.
And just a reminder too, rookies 26, pairs and singles qualifying entries now open. So if you joined bowls after the 1st of April 2024 and have not played in 2 years worth of rookies, you can put your entry in now, qualifying right across every region. And the over 40s pairs, they're also open right now. There is a link in the video description. If you click that, you need to be logged into your BowlsLink account when you click it. But if you do that, it'll bring up the entry portal for each of those 3 events.
You going in any?
Well, I just missed out on the rookies. Just. By 40 years.
Good shot here from Kay.
I do qualify for the over 40s. I keep threatening to play in it, but haven't done so yet.
Someone asked me yesterday how long I've been playing bowls for, and I had to think about it. I told them 24 years. That makes me feel very old.
I've been 43 years.
Got me. You win. So we see Leanne just pulling up short, so 4 ends left of this round 2 fixture.
I've actually been accredited as an umpire for 41 years.
Okay, slightly overplayed it here. So Leanne looking to add about 6 foot on her previous bowl.
When I started playing bowls, mate, everybody wore all white.
All white.
Except maybe brown shoes.
Skirts had to be beneath the knee or something, is that right?
Well, I didn't have that issue.
No, okay. You had to have your socks up to your knees.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Brown shoes.
Well, I had a pair of brown shoes.
Pipe out of the mouth.
No, I didn't have that either.
I didn't know. Tie, blazer.
Didn't have to wear a blazer, but no. But the tie and blazer was certainly worn by the club president and officials, and I'm glad we got rid of the blazers.
Still pretty cool to see. I know some clubs out there have like their club singles event or something, and the president will get out there, and sometimes I'll dress up for it still, which I think is good to show a little bit of tradition, but
perhaps.
Louise trying to navigate the short bowl there. Good weight. Just catches it though.
I do think the having the ITOs mark when available is a great idea. We only have a few of those in New South Wales though, and I think we have 3. We might have a 4th one now. One was recently accredited, I'm told, and apart from that, it's Pam and myself.
Pam, she'll be joining us over the next couple of days. Once again, looking to navigate the short bowl. Once again, has caught the edge of it. Good weight hanging around. It is probably 3 now to Taren Point.
Yeah, it's just a bit ragged this end. I just wonder if the Charlestown ladies' battery might be a little bit flattened out.
Might have had a few too many schooners in the lunch break, or
No, I just think the energy probably it'd be so far behind. The energy might be just a bit hard to summon. But the weather now is actually quite pleasant. It's still very overcast, but it's reasonably light. Doesn't feel that dampness in the air anymore. It's perhaps just a tad cool, but good conditions to play bowls.
Yeah, for today I'm more worried about the light now than the rain, but we'll play that one by ear. It might mean you only stream maybe half of our round 3 fixture, but we'll see what happens there.
Get the torches
I
out.
was going to say maybe you can get out there, Andrew, and we'll get a few of the locals out with their cigarette lighters. And remember one year we played the mixed the men's regional, or back then zone pairs, and there's a little hill just up to the right of picture here at the club, and Nathan Wise had to go up there and put his high beams on so that Matthew Peterson could finish the final ends of his pairs game. They played the last 4 ends all playing back in the same direction, so not ideal with no lights. Obviously we do have lights on the bottom green, so we'll probably take full advantage of that tonight, but that was quite funny a few years back now.
Well, the original club I played with, Bangalow, little town on the north coast, the club's actually struggling at the moment. They were in an amalgamation with the North Collective and got closed. They're trying to get it back into community hands and reopen it.
Okay, just gets a feather off the front one there.
Back in the late 70s, early 80s, they did a Guinness World Record attempt for the longest game of lawn bowls. They actually did break the record, but somebody broke it before the book was next printed, so they didn't get in the book. But it involved an overnight play, and what they did do was get some people to park around the greens and put their headlights on so they could play through the night.
Wow.
One shot to Charlestown.
Yeah, it'd be a minor miracle here to see Charlestown win this fixture. Their best hope now is to try and reduce the damage, hopefully get a few shots back over the next couple of ends, and then as you said earlier, they've got to hope that their other opponents can get over the top of Kay and Louise. That's obviously their best chance if they can't. Indeed scored, what's that, 3 sixes now.
Basically, yeah, 16. They 2 6s and a 4 would get a tie.
So yeah, if I'm in Charlestown's shoes, I'm trying to win the last 3 ends here. Give yourself some form of hope. Reduce the margin. And a fair opener from Leanne.
Somebody's made some notes for me about something. Somebody wants me to perform Total Eclipse of the Heart. No. Yeah, somebody's trying to get me to make some announcements, but don't think any of those are going to happen.
Two fair shots there from Louise, both within a yard, so we've got just over 2 ends left. Andrew, I might scoot out, leave it with you, and then make sure we're all ready to get things underway in round 3. But good to have a chat with you, and hopefully we can squeeze the event in, weather permitting.
You need to go and do your exercises now to cope with playing with Tyson all afternoon.
The lunges and
Yep. All right, thanks, Josh. We turn his microphone off. 3 ends, 2 after this. And Taren Point certainly in the box seat, leading by 16. We have a rule in commentary, never declare a winner, simply because as soon as you do, you put the mockers on them. But I'd say that Kay and Louise have all but secured this section. They had a commanding first win. A plus 26 after round 1. Leanne and Leanne plus 20. So they certainly are the dominant 2 teams in the opening round. And at this stage, there would be a 38 shot difference in margin between the two as the game stands at the moment. Louise and Kay had got to plus 42, and the Charlestown girls would go back to plus 4. So they would need an absolute belting of whoever they play in round 3, the Charlestown girls, as well as the team they beat first round, getting over the top of. So they would need Taraji Park to get a commanding victory, to get a victory as well. So that dark mark on the green is something we haven't seen so far. That's a shadow. Sun shining. Leanne's popped her own bowl up into the head, but it's still, I think, shot to Taren Point. Came around just indicating Jack high for Louise. It could be still maybe even 2 or 3. That'll be definitely the shot. That one's Jack high, perfect bowl. And to remind you that we will be commencing live scoring as possible at the start of the knockout rounds tomorrow. We'll have scoring on the live stream, that is. Louise coming down a little toucher here. Tiny touch wouldn't hurt. Don't want to move it very far though. But in behind her own, that's brilliant bowls. There's some really are putting an exclamation mark on this game now. 16 the difference with 3 to play. Taren Point score anything at all on this end becomes mathematically impossible, but being sectional play, we must complete all ends just in case that next round has a surprise result, so that all teams have been given equal opportunity to get the full amount of shots for and against to build their margins. For the count back, should teams finish equal on wins. Leanne Farmer, she's having a crack at this one. She's got Kay Moran's bowl and followed on. Still 1 shot to Taren Point. Yep, they're just going to look to cover the back. In case that jack gets pulled all the way back, they do have last bowl to choose how to maximise result or like not to play. Kay does put the one at the back, matches the two back there, so best back to the Scorchers. Last bowl of this third last end for Charlestown. He's playing a reaching shot, looking down to get into that jack. Needs a little bit of help. Stops and stuns, but still one to Taren point. Moran says that'll do us. Don't need to score anything more. Let's take the one. Make certain of the victory. Two ends to go. Taren Point will take the victory, will leap to the top, or stay at the top of the sectional table, but they'll be clear leaders on points, let alone margin. And a reminder, we will be back with a round 3 fixture from men's Champion of Champions. We will have a short break. We'll start a new stream. We do have the section that match will be from determined. The actual match is not determined. People said that we had an error in Bowls Link. We had listed 2 matches on Rink 7. And the Eagle observers will note that there is no Rink 7 here at Mount Lewis. We go from 6 to 8. So one of those will be on 6 and one will be on 5. They also, at the moment, both listed as live stream. One of those will be removed. But with the nature of the draw we have, we reserve the right to pick out which game will have potentially the most influence over the section. And that's the game we'll watch. So Leanne gets a toucher. Jack just goes to Louise Cronan, though. Okay, Moran coming down on a forehand. Just looking to come inside Leanne Kerby's bowls. Just going to be a little bit quick, a little hot, that's all. Leanne Farmer wants this to run. It's just going to hold up. Don't know if that'll change Kay's shot. Well, she has elected to play the other side of the green, so. Good weight from Kay. Probably just a little cautious with the line. And Not quite got the width on this one. Louise Cronan. She's had a look. She's going to try and play that backhand side. Don't mind that at all. Can get some cover there. Oh, that's a bit under the line they wanted. Wants this to miss now. The weight was actually perfect. Not too far away. It's just going to fade away underneath though. Probably good weight for the shot. Just trying to draw a toucher here. Kick that jack across. Got two purposes there. Can really take away any shot for Charlestown. If you're a little bit quick, you end up in that pack. Gives you some cover. Yeah, it's just going to get the fade across. Don't think that's hurt at all. See that head. Okay, Moran. She'll play up to that Charlestown bowl. Poke it through the hole, or just get the edge and take the jack across. Giving it a chance. Just going to take one of the Charlestown bowls away. Does increase the value of rolling the other one through. Again, Leanne Farmer just under the line. Nothing to lose here for Kate. Can just build their margin. At worst, going to drop a 1 if she gets it wrong. Leanne may add another one last, but wants this to swing down to that Charlestown bowl. And hasn't got it through. Charlestown are holding 1. Can only draw. Oh, danger. Well, it's not your day. 2 shots to Taren point. The last end. Taren point completely in the driver's seat in this section now. start the final end. And we'll be able to tell you who's on the live stream in the next game in a while, but no further results in from that section. Will be section 28 of the men who's on our next live stream game. Louise's opening bowl, very good again. Scheduled also to be on live tomorrow from 9 a.m. with 2 more matches. The knockout round of 32 for women in the morning, men in the afternoon is our schedule. Hopefully the rain will stay away long enough for it to get through that. And Thursday forecast is not looking great, but we are looking at some contingencies there. We'll make a decision sometime tomorrow, probably. I'll keep you up to date on that as early as we possibly can.
Yeah, Kaz.
Came around, one down. Fairly tight line, but it's holding on. Oh. Drawn the shot. Leanne Farmer wants this to run. Had a chance to just tuck that around the corner. Hasn't quite reached. Okay, can probably just draw around that one. Okay, he's got a toucher and sat the bowl through. Close to 2, maybe even 3. Well, no, it's 2. Good effort from Leanne. It's just going to pull up short of Kay's bowl. Maybe an opportunity for Louise Cronan to play around this one, just try and get one roll out of that bowl. Or she may just elect to try and draw in and flop off Kay's bowl to count. Don't need to do anything outrageous, holding at least one. Let's play the backhand. Close. Just under the line. Let's crash into the short bowl. One of Louise's bowls pushed to the back. So a reminder that we are playing this morning's match still. 2:23. We hopefully be starting our round 3 match. We have had a significant delay due to wet weather here today. We'll be trying to get through our round 3 match this afternoon. We'll stream as much of it as we can, but we have one green with lights here. It may be used to complete matches should it get too dark. But we will be having only a short break and getting on with the games as soon as teams are ready and rinks are available. They'll be pushed back out to complete their round 3 match. Had a lunch break while we were off for the rain. Okay, it's just going to hit the short pack. Okay, Moran looking just to get a roll out of Louise Cronan's bowls on that way in, or even just drift past. Just one and a half bowl widths. One more turn. Final bowl of this end. So we'll wrap up a comprehensive victory for Taren Point. One shot conceded. Final score 30 shots to 10. So Louise and Kay prime position to take the section. We will be back after a short break with men's round 3. But for now, it's goodbye though.